Whoa, hope everybody's doing good. Today, I wanted to talk about propane. More in particular, the 1 pound bottle. Coming right up. Okay, first, I want to flash something on the screen here. Disclaimer. Okay. 2 disclaimers, just so people get the general idea. And if you're going to refill these 1 pound cylinders, please do not travel with them. I want to read something to you off of my computer screen right here. So I'm sorry if I turn my back to you for a minute. Okay, never refill this cylinder. Refilling may cause explosion. Okay? Second, federal law forbids transportation if refilled. Penalties up to $500,000 and 5 years in prison. Okay? Now, I don't think they're going to have the propane police out checking your cylinders. I'm not sure how they would even figure out if it was refilled or not. But if something was to happen, those are the consequences that you can have put against you. $500,000 and 5 years in prison. So when using these, especially if you're refilling them, please be very careful with them, okay? Second, we should try to shy away from using these bottles anyway. We'll get into that in a minute. And the reason I say that is, let me see if I can bring it up real quick here. Let's see, landfill. I'm trying to find the right page here. And I probably didn't copy it over onto this one. Anyway, it's something like 40 million, if I'm right, of these get thrown into the landfill every year. Okay? Now some of us reuse them. And I'm one of those, okay? Matter of fact, you could say I've got a few of them anyway. And these ones are all empty. I don't leave them filled throughout summer because the only time I use them is in the winter. And what I used to use to refill them was this little attachment here. You screw this into your propane tank, screw this into there, turn your tank upside down, open it up, and the fuel runs into here. You have to get a pair of needle nose pliers or a pair of forceps and slowly let out pressure while you're filling it. That's the hard way of doing this. Okay, now when you buy these, okay, I went online and checked a few different places. I don't want to give the name. I'll put a picture up down here. Okay, one of the major stores that almost everybody shops at, I don't want to say the name of it, but these cylinders go for $3.47 a piece at the time that I downloaded this picture. Okay, I also saw another place, believe it or not, selling them for $14 a piece, but that's shipped to you. They have to pay the hazardous shipping. So anyway, At the end of the video, I'll have a lot of photos of a lot of detailed information. So if you want to watch that at the end. Now right now, please, if you haven't subscribed, and just go down, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you'll be notified next time we upload a video. Okay, now what I mainly want to talk about is this. No, not that. This right here. We're going to be unboxing this, setting it up, and filling up a couple of propane bottles. But first, I'm going to put in a little dramatization on the screen that I made. It was just something that I felt like doing. It was something fun for me to put together. Okay. Now, when you're watching this dramatization, think about this white car. He just filled up one of these. He lives in an area down at sea level. Well, he filled it up at home. He's going up into the high Rockies. He's got his propane cylinders in the back of his car. So let's watch this dramatization to show you something that could happen. Okay, well, I hope you like that little dramatization I made. Like I said, it was something fun for me to put together. This is a lot easier, safer, and legal way to refill 1 pound cylinders. Now, it's still not legal to refill these ones, but it is legal to refill and transport these ones. These are made of a heavier gauge steel. They have a bleeder valve on them, so when you're filling them up, you don't have to mess with the needle nose pliers. You don't have to mess with forceps or anything to vent the gas. So, but we'll be filling one of these up, and maybe one of these. So let's get into the box, open it up. Let me turn it towards you here, and we'll pull this out. Okay, important notice. I'll put this up on the screen for you. Before using refill kit, go to www.flameking.com, refillable, review the instructional video and instruction manual thoroughly. Okay. Now let's start pulling this up. And when you buy this kit, you do get one of these with it. I just bought an extra one. And I'll probably be buying a couple more in the future, because I use the 1 pound cylinders in my little buddy heater in the wintertime. There's the one that comes with it, and it comes with a little Allen wrench to open and close the bleeder valve. Okay, that's everything. Oh, by the way, like I said, right now at this one store, which everybody shops at just about, without giving out the name, $3.47. When you refill one of these, guess how much? Usually under $1, depending on where you buy your propane. Okay. And while we're talking about propane and everything, if you take your 20 pound tank down and refill it, you get 20 pounds. If you take it into one of those exchanges, like at your grocery store or corner market or whatever, those usually only have 15 pounds in them. Not because they're trying to rip you off, but because of traveling on the roads and stuff, changing of elevations and temperatures. They have to be real careful not to blow them up. If they're full of 20 pounds, just like I said with this, and somebody going up Colorado and they filled it down at the Bay Area or something. Okay, same thing with the 20-pound ones. You don't want to take a 20-pound one that's been filled down in the sea level and take it up high elevation. Now, it wouldn't be so much of a problem because they are a thicker metal and they're made to withstand that. But those companies don't want to take the chance of something accidentally happening. Okay, let's get this thing put together. Now I've watched videos on this, so I pretty much know how to do this. And I did look at the instruction manual, which I'll flash on the screen right now, down over here somewhere. Okay, you get 5 of these screws, 5 wing nuts, and 5 washers. The first thing you want to do, take your crossbars. You'll notice that the center hole right here, on one, the indents on the inside, the other one, the indents on the outside. So you want to put those 2 indents together. Get one of your screws out, put it through the center like that, put you a washer on there, and take a wing nut, screw it on there. Now you'll probably want to get yourself a screwdriver. Make sure those are on there nice and tight. Then on the plate, you'll see one side says this side down to the ground, and then this one up here gives you a warning: never leave propane cylinder upside down for more than 10 minutes. Use only with 20-pound propane cylinders. Okay. I'll speed through this so you don't have to watch me screw all these on. Okay, got them all on. I'm just going to take the screwdriver. You don't want to wrench these down. You just want to get them nice and snug. And my screwdriver is too big for this hole. Huh. And I thought I wasn't going to have a big enough screwdriver. Okay, we're going to cut away while I get a different screwdriver tip. Okay, got a smaller screwdriver tip here. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, you don't want to wrench these down, you just want to get them snug so they don't come loose. And that's all there is to that. One of these rubber caps is popping off. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Okay, there's little rubber caps up here, so when you turn your 20-pound tank upside down on there, it won't slide around so much. Alright, now here's the meat of it, I guess you can say. This is the fill nozzle with the dead man lever. If you don't know what a dead man lever is, it's a lever so if something happens to you, you let go of it, it shuts off. Okay, now let me show you something on these tanks. On these tanks, oh, you can see they're not, well, they're perfectly round, but you can see that little indent on the inside of that. Okay, that is because when you get this nozzle, I'll put it up on the screen here. There it is. You can see where I circled it in red on the bottom of this fill nozzle. Let me turn it so it's facing the same way that you're looking at it here. I think that's the right way. You can see that little plastic piece that hangs down next to the nozzle here. As you can see on mine, that little plastic piece, darn it, it got broken off. And the reason that little plastic piece got broken off is because you cannot hook one of these cylinders to it with that plastic piece on there. So it accidentally got broke off. So now I can put these on there. Alright, well, that's about the sum of this. So like I said, at the very end of the video, I'll put a whole bunch of things up on the screen so you can read through them. It tells you about how much you're going to save. You have to do the math, but how much you're going to save by refilling your own tanks. Okay, so let's get this all set up outside. We'll fill up one of these tanks. I don't know how long we'll stay out there because it's like I think it's 96, 97 degrees out there right now. I'm going to get up and come over there and show you this little tiny valve right here. This little, where the Allen wrench goes. Okay, on the side of the tank, I don't even know if that's going to focus in. And I'm standing probably in the light. You can see a little hole right there. And that's where that little Allen wrench goes. And what you want to do is open that valve up while you're filling this, and then when you get a stream, I'll show this again when we get outside. When you see a stream of propane coming out through the bleeder holes, you'll stop filling it and then close that bleeder valve. So let's get outside, we'll fill one of these up and go from there. Alright, well, we're outside now. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill 2 of those tanks. My propane feels like it's empty. We'll find out. I'm sure we can get some into one. Let me bring the camera down here and show you how this all hooks up. Alright, well, for starters, this screws on with regular threading. Okay? When you hook this in, make sure the valve is facing upward, because then it'll be upside down when you put it on when you turn it upside right. You know what I mean. Make sure it's facing up, that way when you put it on there it's facing down. Okay, you can turn this on now if you want. It doesn't really matter as long as you don't hit that lever. I hear no gas coming out, so I guess we're okay. We'll turn this upside down. Put it up on the stand here. Let me reorientate the camera here. Okay, we got the tank up here. And we're going to take this one, the cylinder here. Put it up on here. Cat, get away from that tripod. You're shaking my camera. Go on. Get away from there. Go on. Go on. Make sure you got that on nice and snug. Take your little Allen wrench. Stick it in there. Crack that open. You can hear air coming out. This has never been filled. It's brand new. The only thing you're hearing is compressed air. Probably because of the heat temperature difference from when it was filled and everything. Then go ahead, hit that. Okay, that's just air coming out of the bleeder valve. Let's see if you can hear the gas going in. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Okay. Crack that open just a hair. Like I said, I thought I had a lot more propane than what I do. So I'm not even sure if I could fill this tank up. We'll see. I don't hear any more flowing in there, so I might have an empty propane tank. I haven't used it since the end of winter, so there's some going in. Definitely thought I had a lot more propane than what I do. But see how much easier this is than trying to put that tank on here and get those needle nose pliers in there and pull that bleeder valve out. And plus, if you're transporting this, it's legal. Ah. Yeah, all right. Okay, close that off. We were able to fill it. All right, now we got a full propane tank bottle. Full propane bottle for about $1 compared to $3.50 that you'd buy it at the store for. If that doesn't convince you to switch over, I don't know. I mean, of course you could use that other method, but at my age, I was just getting too old for pulling that little needle valve out and reaching up under there and all that other stuff. This makes it so much easier. All right, well, I'm gonna go get my other 1 pound bottle and fill it up too. Okay, here's my second bottle. Flame King, you definitely get 2 thumbs up for this because it's so much nicer than that other way I was doing it. And these bottles, I don't drive anymore, so the only place I'd be going is our local lake, possibly. Yep. Sorry about that traffic noise. I could definitely hear the propane going in. I don't know if you can hear that or not. I haven't opened the bleeder valve yet. It's still going in. Just remember, as soon as you see it starting to spurt out gas, it says a steady stream, but I would just shut it off when it starts coming out. That way you know you have a little headroom in there. And it don't take long to do this. Like I said, at the end of the video, I'll put a whole bunch of pictures up on the screen. You can pause on those and check them out. It gives you a lot of information about propane cylinders, the price you're saving. Yes, the whole setup costs about $40, but in the long run, you know, this should last you your lifetime, you know, and so you should be able to save yourself a lot of money over the long run. I'll give you my final thoughts when we go back inside where it's a little cooler. Okay, gas is coming out, so I'm going to shut that off, turn that off, and I'll reach up under here, and I think that's closing it. That might be opening it. We'll see. I hate that smell. 2 full tanks. Cool. We'll see you back in the house. Let me get this taken down and put away. Meet you back in the house. Alright, well, I wanted to throw in my final thoughts behind this. After you refill these, be sure to get yourself some soap water and spray these just to ensure yourself that there's no leaks. Okay. I think I'm gonna love having this because that other little thing is there with so much of a hassle to refill tanks, and I think this way is going to be so much nicer. If you do have to refill these, or if you're still going to refill these and take them with you places, please don't fill them all the way up, just to save yourself a lot of hassle. If something was to go wrong, I don't think you want to be spending $500,000, 5 years in prison, and you definitely don't want to get anybody hurt. So anyway, please hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up if you like this video, give us a thumbs down if you didn't. If you didn't, please explain in the comments below why. If you did, explain why. And any other comments. If you have one of these, let me know how you like it. Let me know how things went with you. These are the first ones I've ever filled with it, so I'm really happy with it. I'm sorry if this video's gone on too long, but it's one I've been wanting to do for a while, and I think it's going to help me out. Oh, one thing else I wanted to mention. Somebody told me this, but I don't know it to be true. But somebody told me that the propane that is in 20-pound tanks isn't always filtered. So if you're going to be hooking up these tanks after you refill them to like a buddy heater, that's the only thing I really use these on for right now. I hope to get a couple of lanterns, small lanterns, but I was told if you're going to use these after you refill them, to get one of the propane filters. I've got one because I had been using a hose to go onto a 20-pound tank. So I have one of those filters, and this will screw right onto that filter and screw right into my buddy heater. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this video. YouTube will put a video up here that they think you like. I'll put one up here I think you might like. And at any time you can go down, hit the watermark, or hit the subscribe button below. I'll put a link to the bottle and the refill kit in the description below. Like I said, at the very end of the video there will be a whole lot of information. I've got a whole lot of information, so if you want to go through that, when a page comes up, just pause it, you can read it and go on from there and view the rest of them. So have a good day, stay prepared.